What's up, people? Let's talk about picking and how that impacts the tone of the guitar. First thing we'll talk about is anchoring your hand against the body versus if your hand's floating. I noticed that if your hand is against the body and you're doing smaller movements with your hand because of the limited motion, versus that, I'm floating and the motion is wider, so I get kind of like more frequency response versus against the guitar. So that's one thing that really impacts the tone of the guitar. The other thing is what edge of the pick that you do. You could first of all play through the strings, straight through with the flat part of the pick going across the strings. But then if I angle it like this, so I'm kind of like sawing through the strings with like the side of the pick, you get this. So you're straight through, angled. There's also the other way going on the back side of the pick, which has kind of a slicier, more bitey sound compared to the front. Oddly. I think as you can actually get a little bit more of an angle going back than this way. Your hand can only really naturally move so far in that rotation. So when I'm playing, I'm kind of going between all of those different dynamics of pick position, hand placement, and it all kind of adds up and gives you, dynamics is the key word. And so how to kind of implement this stuff is, I would say, just spend time working on your touch and working on your tone. Using a clean channel on your electric or maybe on an acoustic, but just like play a single note and analyze the quality of that note. If it sounds a little thin, like here I picked back here so it's brighter, less fullness in tone. So okay, I want a thicker sound. That sounds a little bit more full. What happens if I angle my pick a little bit? Okay, so I'm kind of removing my fretting hand out of the equation, and I'm just focusing on what kind of vibration or resonance do I get out of the string by how I'm picking. And I also found that when you pick harder, the string sounds thinner compared to when you play soft. It sounds more round, it sounds fuller. I kind of tend to go for that round sound. If I'm playing rock, metal, then I want a bright edge. But a lot of times when I'm playing acoustic, I kind of want to exploit all the warmth and the full-bodied kind of quality of it. I don't really want to have a twangy sound on this particular instrument for this kind of music. So yeah, I mean, it all kind of starts here, right? This is what generates the vibration from the string, and so you should spend considerable amount of time thinking about your touch and thinking about what impact what you're doing with your picking hand has on the string vibration and the resonance. It'd be cool for there to be some kind of more scientific study on, like, maybe Troy Grady or somebody like that will maybe get there, but like, what is the frequency curve when I play a note with, this type of angle at this at a hard attack or a soft attack versus like kind of the opposite angle, the opposite attack, like what frequencies are brought out, which ones are not brought out. But anyways, I thought that was a good topic, something that all players should be thinking about, in my opinion, just so you can develop a more, your own language of tone, touch, your own identity. It's like a sonic fingerprint, right? Every player has one. And so getting in touch with that sonic fingerprint, developing it, going down that rabbit hole. That's going to be who you are as a player. That's your fingerprint. But anyways, keep working on the craft. Have fun. Take care.